back and relax. It's time for your daily dose of Big D Energy.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neal, Ruhl, back in the saddle.
Day.
Yeah, that guy, D-Mac, Darren, McCarty.
Burn the patch!
That's what we're down to now, huh?
Yeah.
That's what we're down to. Top 5 Wednesday, by the way, correct?
Yes.
Yeah,
sir.
top 5 disappointments.
That
was tough. The top
And
5
last night,
disappointments,
the
that was
wings
tough.
doesn't count.
Yeah, no, that one was too new, as a matter of fact. Kenny G in the house. What's up, KG?
What up, though, man?
How you living?
I'm good, man. How you living, man? You the star about town right now.
El Presidente.
Going dancing, man. Congratulations.
It was a movie. Spencer Raxter here in the house as well. You were the first. You discovered Trey Townsend.
I did. I got, what can I say? I know ball.
You know ball. Spencer's a ball knower.
Absolutely nuts last night.
Trey Townsend had one of the greatest big game performances in postseason history.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not overstating that. I had to bring receipts with it, too. 38 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists. The only player with a stat line like that in a regulation conference tournament game, any conference tournament game in the last 15 years.
Wow.
With it all hanging in the balance. A tie game, 9 minutes to go, we went to work.
Incredible. Shout out to Coach Campy and the Oakland Grizzlies, to you, Neal, everybody involved. I mean, that as exciting as it gets. And what do you always say? Big-time players step up big in big-time moments.
Absolutely took it over. And Oakland is going to the NCAA tournament. We'll see Selection Sunday where everything falls. Got to get Spencer Raxter Spartans in there as well. So we'll do it, Spenny. We'll get them in there.
Looks like I chose to watch the wrong game yesterday.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody at One Nation Tap and Table out in Battle Creek, though. We had a blast. If you get a chance, pop in. Food's phenomenal.
Yeah, this is one of those days where the shows do themselves, man. Between Lions, free agency, Oakland, obviously, as well the Red Wings, the good, the bad, the ugly, as Spencer Raxter putting some of the graphics and everything up there. It was incredible. And that right there is one of the great things about Championship Week. No matter who it is that's doing it.
Punching the ticket, baby.
Yeah.
Punching the ticket.
Yeah,
so, see a pretty cool picture of you later with punching the ticket. How are the? Hey, by the way, because every picture I see, you have the glasses on, and you don't have them on today. But is it becoming more of the norm? Are you getting used to?
Yes, I am getting used to them.
I told you you'll be able to get used to be able to do them. They look good. Don't you guys think the glasses look good?
I don't mind. Like, I don't mind wearing them. I just don't like. I'm better with them than I was. I don't mind. Like, I like them. Like, I like the way they look and everything like that. I had them on all weekend during the game. I think we're good with them now. So we're good.
Good. Because I definitely think that it caveats your tone. Glasses caveat your tone, don't you think, Spenny?
Yes.
I mean,
for
it's
sure.
like
Goes hand in hand.
I see it.
Yeah.
It's not as offensive, I guess.
I'm salty. If I was Neal, I'd be pretty hungover right now. Well, we took off after. Like, we stuck around, did all the festivities. We ate, and then we left Indy probably about 11:30 last night. And then it's, about 4.5 hours back. And then you weren't sleeping on that bus last night. Like, them boys were on one. Let's just say it like that.
Well-deserved.
As they should, man. All that. What an accomplishment. And it's a different story each year. And again, shout out to Coach Campy for push came to shove, and it wasn't easy. Both games, it came down to the wire.
Yeah.
But you got yourself into the dance, and who knows what happens. It'll be interesting to see who you play.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Jump into there. Get your thoughts out there. Don't forget about the Big D Energy podcast, iTunes, Spotify, Spreaker, wherever you get your podcast. It is out there as well. David Sparkman, Neal, would you ever get LASIK? Probably not. These are my lifeline. Like, this and my voice, man.
Can't risk it.
Yeah, this and my voice it's how I make my money, man. So probably not, because I can just put glasses on and everything's fine. So, I've had people talk to me about it, but it's not bad. Like, it's not bad. I have 20/20 vision up until
Keep saying it.
up until something's about right here.
Yeah.
Especially on a white background. So, it's cool. Everything's cool. It's not like I'm like,
do the glasses
the
make
camera?
you feel old? Is that why you don't necessarily care for them?
No, they don't make me feel old. Like I said, it's just weird. Like, I have to remember to like look up to look down. That's what's weird.
Kenny, you know what it is?
What is it?
It exemplifies a next level in the stage in life, and that's what Neal had to come.
Yeah, to grips with.
If
acceptance.
anything, it's that, D-Mac.
Right.
No,
It's that.
First thing that you said, right, is like, God dang, I got it to 46. Most people at 40.
Yeah.
Your eyes going, whatever. So you held out as long as you could, but it's that understanding that I'm at this next level in life.
Yeah, and I don't necessarily like what it represents because like I'm in good shape. I'm probably in the best cardio shape of my life.
Yeah.
But weight-wise, I'm in the best shape, most strongest I've ever been in my life. So that runs anti to that.
Right.
And I do not like that.
Yeah, but the fact is that self-awareness is that you don't like it, but you still did it.
No, absolutely.
And you got it taken care of. So, and they look good, and they match the tone, and I think it's it adds to the ensemble.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But again, happy for everybody, especially happy for Coach Campy. We'll get him on probably next week when we find out where Oakland's going during the Selection Sunday show. So, it was good time had by all. Appreciate everybody for stepping in and making it possible for me to get away to do that. Just a fan says, Neal, you need bifocals because progressive lenses made me very sick with headaches too. The headaches are gone now. I don't have the headaches anymore. So they said it was normal.
Yeah.
But yes. Freddie Felt 313. Perfect timing to go dancing now that you got the DOC sexy specs.
Throwback.
I met Freddie, by the way, in Indy.
Yeah.
He was down there in Indy.
I saw the picture.
Yeah, you saw the picture?
Mm-hmm.
They're very cool. Very cool.
You know, it's funny because Dusty Berghoff just said, great seeing you last night at One Nation. So I got somebody that was out in Battle Creek. I had 5 or 6 people come up and said they love the show, say hi to Kenny, and say hi to Spenny and you, Neal. So
shout out.
Big D energy flowing through this great state for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes me happy. We're going to get into the wing stuff.
Do we have to?
Are the card flags
D-Mac,
buried?
we have to because I have some questions because I was in Indy Saturday. I keep up with what's going on, but I can't necessarily say that I lock in and watch it. And I have some questions, D-Mac. It's not, it's not. I'm not going to call it a choke job or anything like that because you can't say that, man, until
Can't
it's
say that
all
with
settled.
17 games left.
Absolutely
because you
not.
can still right this ship. It's just that you're putting yourself.
You're making it harder on yourself.
Harder on yourself. And here's the thing. I mean, the worst time of the year, obviously, to play the worst hockey.
Yeah.
Right? Because that game last night was ridiculous, but we'll talk about it.
Oh, now come on. Let's go Red Wings party. Glad we bullied Neal out of the glasses, nerd. I'm going to put him, next commercial break, I'm going to put him on then.
Yeah.
How about that? Greg Rounds. Neal, care to tell your story of your fitness journey? You're very proud of where you've gotten, and I think people could use the motivation. D-Mac and I, we have those conversations. We
got the similarities where your sugar is my alcohol.
They are very much parallel.
Seriously.
And the fact of how different, dealing with that, battling that.
It's different, but it's the same.
It's different, but it's the same. Right?
Yeah.
Where as far as that, you'll still, but you've put the work in, Neal.
And
I've put the work in and stuff like this, and it's all about the biggest thing is self-awareness
and a willingness to be uncomfortable.
Again, the glasses. It all comes back to the glasses, but it's all about self-improvement and where do you want to be, and a lot of times it's making that first step. And remember, destination's an oasis because you're a human, so it's just starting the journey.
Yeah.
And whatever journey that is, it's just the first step is the biggest one.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But yeah, Greg, we do that from time to time. Remind me, and we will maybe a little bit later on. But I do want to get things rolling. Here's the big question, as it's pertained to the Red Wings, and we'll get into it deeper later. But I want to do this before we ride off and get into the Lions situation, because it's an important question, and I'll go to Spenmo for it. Stephen David, are we taking down the car flags?
No. You can't take them out and then put them back in and whatever like that. You can be really, really worried. You can be upset if Nick Williams, you want to hit the panic button.
They haven't won a game since the
but here's the thing.
came out.
Yeah, so, hey, do this. But please, right? Because I don't give a shit, and I'm not going to take receipts and stuff like this unless I do like legitimately remember. Right? The fact is that when they start doing good again, stay up. Just
keep them off.
That's not. You're either in or you're in the way.
Yeah.
And that's where it is. Do you got to get worried about it? But you remember, you're the guys that brought it out, so you're going to stand behind it.
All right, so I'll come.
Pull it out. I was about to say Neal definitely took his out.
I'll go full circle.
If you're going to pull it out, if you're going to pull it out, you have to use it.
Pause.
That's life.
That's true.
Now, speaking about the car flag, for me, D-Mac, when we went out to Novi those back-to-back days. Now freeway travel, highway expressway travel can be tough on a car flag.
Well, you can put it. You can put it in and out. I mean, I don't care what it is, but the fact is you don't have to hide it. Just a Clip Central.
Now, getting back to the car flag.
You're right.
Expressway travel can be rough on a car flag. You know, the durability of it all. Like it's not.
I love this because it wouldn't even be a conversation if we're on a winning streak.
No, it wouldn't.
Of course.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Now, I'm not going to lie. When we were out there in Novi, I did take it off, but that was because of the nature of the expressway travel. In an effort to preserve the structural integrity of the car flag.
I don't know, Neal.
Now I
don't know, Neal.
Now it's I haven't put it back.
Neal?
No.
But it wasn't by design that way. And then I got a car wash the next. You see what I'm saying here? Like there's reason.
Whatever. Hey, exactly. Whatever you can
Is
put your
it
head,
on your blazer
whatever
right
you
now?
can put your pillow on your head and your pillow and whatever like this. It's just that that's the fan that I really don't have any respect for. You're gonna flip flop back and forth, but you can be. But just tag yourself as a fair weather fan.
Fair.
That's
fair.
Is that
I'm not a fair. I'm not. Well.
So,
I'm not a fair weather fan. You know what? F it. When I get back out today on the car, I'm putting it back out, man. I'm in. I'm in.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm in.
We don't do shit halfway. That's for everybody else.
yeah.
What'd you have, KG?
No, I was just making sure you putting it back. I'm questioning you a little bit.
I am. No,
Respectfully.
reasons. There's not excuses. There's reasons.
Yeah, I bet.
No, there's
Classic
reasons.
Neal.
Yeah. Yeah, but we're gonna get into it though. I do want to do the Lions thing because, and I knew this was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna happen because we've crossed a bridge with the Lions, where the Lions are almost political now.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess everything is becoming political. We're about to embark on an election season that's gonna tear us apart.
Yep.
In a way that we've never been torn apart before. And everything else seems to be following suit because the moves don't matter. What your political stance you take on the Lions is what matters. And there's camps, and you can't be pushed and you can't be shaken off that camp. And I wanted to break down moves and take a look at them, but I don't think that shit matters right now, man. I think that it's just very simply there is one side of the aisle that buys into a philosophy and the other side of the aisle that buys into a different philosophy. I'm gonna bring up my thoughts on it because I got a little different philosophy. And I think this is a classic example of the moves are foreshadowing the next moves. And when we come back, I'm gonna pull the curtain back to what I think it's gonna be.
Yep. Talk about it.
Talk about Dispo.
I'm gonna kill you, cats.
All right, fair enough.
That's the thing, right?
All right.
And you know what? Kat said that I'm on my knees for Yzerman, but that's better because at least I'm not pretending to be a lawyer to meet men. Right? So here's the whole thing. And yes, Steve Yzerman did know that they needed defense, but that defenseman wasn't out there in the future. So you have no relevance, Cats. One of these days we will meet face to face. Hey, that's all I got to say about that.
Talk to
Till
him.
then, visit Dispo Dispensary today because March Madness is officially here. Dispo is giving away $1,000 to the best bracket at each location. Battle Creek, Romeo, Whitmore Lake, Hazel Park, Bay City, North and South, Ann Arbor. Go get your blank brackets now. Fill them out. Return them by St. Patty's Day on March 17th to secure your entry. For a chance at $1,000, Dispo Dispensary, DispoShops.com, your local cannabis plug.
Buying your first Feldman Chevrolet is much more than buying the car that will get you from point A to point B. It's a place for first memories, some big, some small. As she grows, you're not just buying her a Chevy, you're buying into a Feldman family. With more than 700,000 vehicles sold, from generation to generation, Feldman just keeps rolling.
You smell that? That's Brad Holmes cooking. And the off-season smells good. Woodward Sports. Every year, after a cold and dreary winter, Metro Detroiters come together for two things: Tigers baseball and the best damned party in the world. A new season of Tigers baseball is here, and we're bringing in the new season as only Woodward Sports knows how. Broadcasting live from the biggest party. It's the Grand Slam Festival at the Detroit Opera House. Come party with 4,000 Detroit sports fans, starting with Wake Up Woodward and rolling into Big D Energy. This is a party you don't want to miss, with Detroit's best DJs, food trucks, and of course, shots. Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFest.com. 21 plus. See you April 5th at the Grand Slam Fest.
Hey, how would you like to win $50,000? It's a Woodward Sports 50K Bracket Buster Challenge brought to you by Glorious Cannabis, Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, and Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza. Register for your chance to win at any Lady Jane's or Soroki's location, or just scan the QR code that's sitting right next to me there on your screen. The shot clock is ticking. Register today at WoodwardSportsBracket.com. That's WoodwardSportsBracket.com. Take the Golden Grizzlies to go to the Final Four. We're in there, so you can do those types of things. If you're a Michigan fan, you need someone to root for. You ain't in it. So take Oakland, and you could be $50,000 richer. Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Ruhl, D-Mac, KG in the house. Spencer Raxter, Racks on Racks in the house as well. All of you.
Can I thank Rick for making a great point?
Yes.
Because here we're talking. Why are we talking about Yzerman when it's a team playing like shit? That'd be like blaming Mr. and Mrs. Katz for their son being a douchebag. Thank you, Rick.
Fair enough.
And why doesn't it, all I hear is it doesn't work that way. This, that, whatever. You don't understand if you don't see the big picture and you don't listen to the man talk, right? Go bring up any interview, right? But the fact is the guys still on the ice have to play, and if you don't think that the most upset person is Steve Yzerman, you're an idiot. What's your alternative? Who was the saving grace? I said this yesterday. If you want to question that they've waited too long to bring up Simon Edvinsson, that's fine, right? But again, that's not your call. That's the only one, because the guy who was out there, the Tanevs and all this stuff, you weren't paying. Neal, can you explain to me why people don't get this? Because it's not about this year. You just saw in the last week, and forget the Arizonas and the Buffaloes and the teams you're supposed to beat, the next level that you're trying to get to, the Colorados, the Vegases, and the Floridas. You're not there yet. You want to mortgage
anybody?
You want to mortgage anything to not be able to build, and yes, you're all in. I mean, holy cow, it's Bettman hockey. Did you not pay attention? I know we haven't been in the playoffs for the last seven years or so, but it usually comes down to the last week of the season, and somebody's got to win and somebody's got to lose, and there's three teams and nobody knows right? Is that not the way it is? We're waiting till the last minute to see what the matchups are because there's a team fight for a wild card spot in each division, and this, right?
And that's the way that it is,
right? So not only is this not over yet for this season, although they're going through it, and yes, I'm not hitting the panic button, but I'm standing up. I'm out of tension.
No doubt.
Because I don't see guys stepping up that should be, and I don't see them commitment to defense. Some of the goals that were let in yesterday from the outside, it looks like Lions tired. It looks like different things like that. But to the bottom line, you're talking about the GM, right? It's not like I get it because we're talking football too, but Daniil Hunter, you don't sign him and you get upset. Ladarius Sneed, I get these free agent stuff. You're not in that position yet, and it's the fact that you're gonna question Steve Yzerman. Give me a free that's just ludicrous.
No,
it's absolutely the most ludicrous thing ever because he's got you to this situation, and he's more right than all of us are. Because he's already told you that he didn't think that they were ready this year.
And I don't know how much. I'd be curious the next time I have a bourbon with Stevie Y, as we sit up top lording over LCA. I would be curious to ask him this question, D-Mac, for real. I would say, because I do think that this plays a part. I bet he wanted to poke a toe in the water, and then when the market went bananas, where people were giving up firsts and fourths for rentals, he was like, because you're not there yet, you're not. See, like, for those of you that thought because they went on a 12-2 run or whatever, like you thought that instantly they were the Florida Panthers, that's on you. Like that's not on the rest of us. That's on you if you thought that. So I do think that he probably wanted to get involved to some degree. But you can't be giving up first and fourth for rentals when you're trying to be an 8 seed in the playoffs.
Neal, what do you tell me all the time? That Steve Eisman's greatest assets are his salary cap and his draft capital and stuff like that, right? The way that he maneuvers around. Yeah, you could be disappointed. Wouldn't you be disappointed that if you had a shot, if you were a contender for a Stanley Cup, then the questions, then all these questions of what we didn't do and whatever are plausible. But you nailed it. Not when you're fighting to get in the wild card and, yeah, let's go get a rental so we can play Florida or the Rangers or whatever like that, which you don't expect to get through anyway. Like, give your heads a shake. Because you're obviously not either, not a diehard, or don't understand the building of this. It's to get out of this last 7 years. And you're not going to sacrifice it because you think you're really, really close. At the end of the day, if these guys would just win they should have 76 points right now, winning last night and winning one game in Arizona. So they're not that far off. They got to put a winning streak together again. It's just it's ridiculous.
And here's the deal too. And like maybe you can say like being a Steve Bott or whatever kind of terminology you want to use. I'm built a little different in this expectation that you were just going to win a West Coast game, that you were going to go into Arizona and win. Pay attention to the lines, everybody, because when I saw that the Wings were minus 140, I knew trouble was afoot. Mm-hmm. And if you expect them to just win back-to-back road games and go into Buffalo and win like it's going to be easy, then again, that's on you. Like this is the time of year, D-Mac, and I don't know, if only I knew somebody that I could talk to that could explain this to the people, to say, man, D-Mac, as this gets closer, does it get easier or does it get harder?
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. You tell me.
It gets a lot harder.
Anybody in this room play this game?
Right.
Oh, you, Mr. McCarty.
Yeah.
Does it get easier as we go or does it get harder?
No.
Pause.
It absolutely gets harder. You know,
pause.
Pause, no doubt. Like here's the thing. I think Tammy breaks it down the best. If we get a rental and we lose the future picks and a few future kids to lose in the first round, I'm a hard pass too. Don't even make the playoffs yet. Mm. You know what I'm saying? If that's the decision to get off Stevie's, he's got a plan. And that's the thing. We can all bitch and moan and be upset or not be upset or whatever like that. He don't give a shit. He's got his own plan, and it's not going to change. Like you think, like us sitting here, like are you sitting here going, oh, you should have done this, should have done that? What's he say? Like what is the first thing when you do you ask him when you're sitting down for bourbons? Like does he hear the fans squawk or anything like that?
No, we talk about late 80s hockey. When
he was the third best player
on the planet. We talk about those days.
I was just wondering because he never brings it up either. Like I don't even think he knows that social media exists.
But see, here's the thing. Chief says Arizona is doggish. What do you mean? Real quick, does Arizona have a losing record at home? No, they do not. They're 16-16 at home, which means it's a coin flip. See, guys. This is what I'm trying to get everybody to understand. When you go on the road in professional sports, it's a 50-50 proposition at best. Unless you're going to San Jose. There's usually always one in the league. It's a 50-50. For everyone that just said, that just penciled in at Arizona, at Buffalo as auto wins, that's foolish on your part. Foolish.
Yeah, it's the NHL. I think, Kyle, great analogy, right? Because here's the thing. Is it Steve Eisman we're mad at, or is it the lack of emotion that we've seen out of this team. Yeah. Remember the last couple weeks I've been talking about maturity or whatever, but KG, there's been no emotion, no fire, not even from behind the bench or whatever like this. It's almost like they're deer in the headlights.
Yeah, and that kind of leads me to the question I wanted to ask. Like, not to say that it would make you feel better about the streak, but is the fact that they aren't really showing fight, is that kind of, would it look better if it were 3-2 losses or 6-5 losses instead of just getting blown out 4-0, you know, stuff of that nature? Would that make you feel better about where they're at right now?
Well, yeah, because it would give me an out. Like I could see a vision to, okay, this is why it's not as bad as you think. Look at the, you know, couple bad bounces, but they're playing well. I'm telling you, they're playing awful. The worst they have all year at the worst time. And it starts with emotion. Yeah. They don't have any emotion. That's the one thing, is they're flat. Right? And they've been able to, at different times of the year, fire that up. So how do I not look and see, okay, well, what's different? Right? And this is the immaturity of this team. If Dylan Larkin, their captain, is that important to being in the lineup for them to win hockey games, they're not ready to make the playoffs yet. Where we thought they were, because we thought that all these 10 goal scorers and the balance through the lineup and all this other stuff, but apparently not, right? Apparently they still have to learn to play without their leader, and that just tells me that he's bigger to keeping these guys on point emotionally, because that's the thing. It's the carelessness and the softness of not only the play, and that has nothing to do with physical play. It's just goals in from the outside, guys standing in front of the net all alone. You know, just bad hockey. So who's going to make a difference? That's, you know, that's a prime example. Like back in the day, Kenny, when you'd be flat or there'd be a game like that. That's my job. I got to go out there and get in a fight or change the emotion and stuff like that when the guys are dead. You know, there's so many different. You know, maybe I'll do my top 5 reasons that you fight in hockey one day. But you know, that's one of them. Is to get the emotion
spark plug
into it. They don't have that, and it's tougher now because this is more of a friggin' European game. Nobody hits, so you can't even get the emotion from hitting. So to me, it's the emotion, and it's the fact that there's bigger things at play here, because it just looks gross.
Bizarro Brandon Katz. Wow, those are some great glasses, Neal. You look really sophisticated and intelligent.
Wow.
That is Bizarro Brandon Katz right there. It is. And look, I meant to get into the football stuff, but obviously D-Mac's got some emotional attachment to it. So here's what I'm going to do, because I do have some questions. We'll do the Red Wing stuff first. I got one more Wing segment. Then we'll get into the football. So everybody just calm down, stay on the leash for a second, everybody. We're definitely going to get there. I have a basic question for D-Mac, because I need to understand. Everybody's talking philosophical. I need reasons. To quote Jack Harlow, I need reasons. All right? And I'm going to ask D-Mac those reasons after he tells you about Guardian Alarm and the reason for the greatest home security company in the world.
Absolutely. Let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real expert professional technicians. Take the time to recommend security and automated solutions specific to your needs. But I need you to call Guardian Alarm today. The number 1-800-STAY-OUT. 24/7 professional monitoring. Call anytime, day or night. Know that a Guardian team member will stay on the phone as long as it's needed. So give them a call. 1-800-STAY-OUT. Technology backed by people. Real people, Homo sapiens. Yes, flesh and blood. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work, and people have been proven to care. Business, pleasure. Guardian don't care. They just want you to call the number 1-800-STAY-OUT. That's it. You look security.
Stay out of the L column. Red Wings, let's go.
All right. Guardian Alarm, you look security experts. Tell Big D Energy we sent you.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports. I love Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
The new glorious ice water bubble hash pre-roll, now with diamonds, constantly pushing to create the best Canada experience. The perfect boost comes from added touch of pure THC diamond dust, allowing flower with only the highest terps, making the best better. Glorious Cannabis. Check us out at your local retailer. Go to gloriouscanna2ns.com.
Glorious!
Yeah, I like that one.
All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Ruhl, D-Mac, KG, Spencer, Racks on Racks on Racks. All of you in the woodwardsports.com chat thread. Jump in there, get your thoughts out there. woodwardsports.com chat thread. Cordell Walker, what's crazy is when Neal and D-Mac talk hockey, it doesn't bore me. Cordell, that's because we're one of the few in this city that know what the F we're talking about when we talk hockey.
Big facts.
Thanks for listening, bro.
He'll tell you the hockey. I'll tell you the numbers. What else you need to know? Like, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Speaking of that, Silky Johnson, hate. Says Spenny was penciling 4 wins on the road trip. That's aggressive,
I
Spenny.
was.
That's aggressive. That's all I'm going to say. That was aggressive. All right, D-Mac, I told the people I was going to ask you the question.
Yep.
On the ice. Give me the on the ice. I know the philosophical stuff. I know Larkin's out. Lyon, has there been some regression to the mean with Lyon?
I think he's just tired.
Yeah, what's the on ice? Why is it breaking down on ice?
I said lack of emotion, or sort of that emotion, or somebody like getting upset or trying to change the tide too. But it looks like they're just standing around. And they're looking, and defensively, like even from the outside, trying to do everybody else's job instead of doing your own job. They just look out of sorts, and it starts with not having the confidence that you can keep the puck out of your net. That's the difference. You see the way they play with confidence when they have belief in their goalie, and right now, and I just think that Alex Lyon, he's tired. You know what I'm saying? This is the first really year that he's sort of took the workload and over as number one. So this is the perfect time where we were thinking Ville Husso would have been healthy because he could step in. So, and there's a confidence in that way too. So you press a little bit because you think it's back like it was before when you couldn't produce as many goals. But the flow's not there. And I don't know if it's, they try moving Veleno up on the top line and it's just he's not Dylan Larkin and doing things. So it just seems like out of sorts. And what else? What's the big thing? Last 6 games, they scored 7 goals. That ain't going to cut it anywhere.
And that's what I wanted to hear, D-Mac. That's what I wanted to hear.
So if you're going to, everybody who's Yzerman didn't get a defenseman, Yzerman didn't do this, yes, the goals are going in against, and that's not helping you, but you're not scoring at the clip you have, right? You've scored 7 goals in your last 6 games.
They've been outscored 32-11 or something like that during the stretch.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's the big misnomer, right? Goal differential. And that's, so whatever way they got it. And again, I mean, it's as a must-win game with 17 games left in the season at home again Thursday. You just got to get points and get back at it. So they need a lot of things, but the one thing is you look around at practice or look around that locker room is that you're coming back home, right? Change it all again. It's like I said yesterday. If you were told you at the training camp you're in this spot, so but something's got to change. Something's got to change. Guys got to step up. This is when the DeBrinkets and the Canes and the conference and the leadership and stuff like that has to find a way.
Let me offer this up, D-Mac, and I'm curious to get your thoughts because some people might not like it. You might not like it. But remember when Larkin went down and you and I sat here at this desk and I said, this shouldn't be an issue.
Shouldn't be.
Because I keep hearing about depth of goal scoring. They have the most double-digit goal scorers in the league on their team. And D-Mac, I'll tell you this. When people have been thrusted into areas where they've had to give more, They have not.
Nope.
I won't speak to a man's effort, and I won't call out effort. They're professional athletes, man. I'll never call out effort. I will just ask the question: are you comfortable when the expectations rise? Because that's when you lose your guy. And look, Larkin, you and I had many battles about Larkin and the long-term deal, and I said I needed to see more. And then he got the money, and guess what? He gave more. He's producing more. Now, he was given more, so more was expected, but he delivered. You can't question that. But when you get in a situation where all I hear about is depth and the quality of goal scorers they have on this team, now it comes full circle, and now it comes center stage, where it's not a cool story anymore. It's a necessity. You have to deliver now. And they're not delivering, man. Period. They're not.
You have no choice. And you're right, Neal. It ain't the effort, because they're professionals and they're going to try. But it's the fact, it's the emotion, right, to the fact, and it's the execution. Nobody's executing. What made our teams that we won championships with so successful? 8 out of 10 games. Your Larkins, your DeBrinkets, your Canes, meaning your Yzerman, Shanahan, Fedorovs, whoever else, we get it done. But when they didn't get it done, guess whose turn it was? Drapes would look left, he'd look right, and he'd go, grand line, go. And we'd have to step up. That's what they need now. Who's that gonna be? And that's part of another maturity that this is new, right? This is new, that the pressure to not only fight for a playoff position, but doing it without your captain. So the only way out is through. And you know what, Neal? What do you always say? It's comfortable until what?
Until it's not comfortable.
Until it's not comfortable.
And yeah, they're
got not comfortable real quick.
Yeah. And look, you lose 6 in a row. It just so happened to coincide with the Islanders winning 6 in a row, and everything changed real quick. But as we talked about, they're even with the Islanders in the point. Like, it's not over. Like the people that are like, pack up the car flags, put them away, and stuff like that. It's not over. Does it look good? It does not. But guys, guess what, man? I just came from a number 1 seed that actually won their conference tournament. How many of those across the nation are there in college basketball?
That's one of the toughest things to ever do. That's why the
bigly
02 Cup being the Hall of Fame team and whatever, winning the Presidents to finish it off, because you rarely do that, be able to ride the number 1.
And here's the deal, everybody. Here's how it relates. You don't just, like in college, you don't just win by 20 all 3 games and you're up 8-0 to start and they never get closer than 15. Like, it's hard. It gets difficult before it gets easy. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And again, D-Mac, this time of year, are the points easier to come by, or are they tougher to come by?
Oh, so much harder. So much harder. But that's why you got to find a way to get a point, in the 3-point games.
No, absolutely. If anything, I guess the most disappointing thing is you kind of let Washington back into the mix. But as you said, man, you just got to be concerned with who's above you. In all
reality, you're only 4 points behind where you should be, like in expectations, because of the games you've played. You've lost 2 games. You just got to right the ship. And Kenny brought up a great point. Is what's the difference? Because I don't see it. So somebody needs to come out, and that's why home ice. Hopefully the fans, hopefully this game.
And D-Mac, that is it. Because that now, with all that being said, and I can do that. I can say a game at Arizona's 50-50, because guess what? Arizona wins as many home games as they lose. It is 50-50. It is hard to win on the road. But I will say this. Arizona and Buffalo are coming back in here now. And you're at home. And now I will call these must win. I'm not comfortable saying a road game is a must win until a road game is a must win by definition. These 2 are must wins. They are must wins. And then when Columbus comes in here, guess what? That's a must win too. And then when the Islanders come into town, now we go to battle again. And now that's a pseudo. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's segmented.
That's why when you look at where the dominoes fell, it's that Islander game at home. Why you needed to take care of that before Florida.
Well, you get another crack at it.
Well, now it's even more imperative.
And now it's even more imperative. And then you got a 5-game road swing that's going to be a gauntlet at Nashville, who's one of the hottest teams in the league right now, at Washington, at Carolina, at Florida, at Tampa. You have to have these. You have to have these 3 home games, D-Mac. You want to get me to panic? You want to get me to say it's falling apart? You lose these 2 home games, and D-Mac. That when new information, the only wise thing Sam Flannel's ever said in his life, when new information presents itself, I reserve the right to change my opinion.
Absolutely, and the Wade fan brings it up. Lack of urgency is the thing that really what sets off your alarm. It's not the losing; it's the lack of urgency and how you went and you did it.
People don't make deals. Deadlines make deals, and you're getting real close to a deadline coming up here with the Red Wings season. And again, I'm not trying to oversell it to you guys, but with that road trip coming up, these aren't a like to, these are a have to. Because you have to win these games.
And again, you've done it to yourself.
And you have no one to blame but yourself. So you know what? No one but yourself. Get yourself out of this. So, that's what it is. WoodwardSports.com, chat thread, jump into there, get your thoughts. We're going to do the Lion stuff next. I have a difference of philosophy, as you guys probably know, but I'm going to explain to you why I think the moves that were made. And again, I was all fired up. Danny G says that's a gross road trip coming up. The grossest. That is the grossest, no doubt. Chad Fisher, if the Wings want it, they got to take it. And
that's for sure.
That is for sure. RJ Graham, Neal got a bit of FaceTime yesterday. For real? Oh, that's cool. I had the salmon jacket on.
Sport Coat Neal. That's what I like to call you.
Because it was undefeated. And assistant coach Michael Covington, shout out Pontiac. I'm big.
Oh, yeah.
I'm big in the yak.
Big Pontiac guy.
On the Meek Miller Pontiac. We went over this before. I can go in any neighborhood I want to.
Facts.
He got clearance.
Yeah, 100%.
People come up to me and say, Neal? And I'm like, yeah.
They're like, D-Mac, there's some places in Pontiac you can't go, D-Mac, unless you're with Neal.
Unless I'm with you.
That's big facts.
With you, it's great.
I won't be going out there again without
before.
you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But yeah, Michael Covington, our assistant coach, said, Neal, we haven't lost a game when you've worn that jacket. So now it's the rest of the way.
I feel you.
Now it's the thing. So away we go. Bless you. Man.
Thank you.
So all right, let's do it. Big boy. Football coming up next, by the way. Seafood Fest back at Big Boy. Catch it while you can. Dive into fish and chips, the new Parmesan-crusted cod, perfectly fried clam strip platter. There's D-Mac's head walking by. Or a delicious fish sandwich. A Big Boy must-try, the new mango iced tea. That sounds like something D-Mac would get into. The ultimate complement to the popcorn shrimp Alfredo, or shrimp stir fry. Every day is a fish fry at Big Boy. And don't forget, every Friday night, all you can eat seafood buffet. You hear that, Spenny?
Oh, yeah.
Line them up, everybody. Get to Seafood Fest today at Big Boy.
You smell that? That's Brad Holmes cooking. And the off-season smells good. Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
You tired of the same old Detroit sports wearables? We got you covered because it's a new era in Detroit sports wearables. WoodwardSports.com/shop. Get it in, everybody. The Stoke Not Scared t-shirt. That should be the centerpiece of your wardrobe going forward. Get a couple of them for the NFL draft when you're bumping around downtown. The hoodies, the beanies, guess what? The weather's turning, everybody. Woodward Sports Golf line as well. I celebrate the entire Woodward Sports golf collection, and you can too. Baseball, football, basketball, hockey. I always mention it because it makes me laugh. The Spencer Raxter-inspired Jack Campbell meat missile shirt. Mm-hmm. Need I say more?
You know
Woodward
what it
Sports. Yeah, no, nothing else to say. WoodwardSports.com/shop.
You know where it is. You know what's up.
Absolutely.
So Mitch Albom made it out of Haiti.
Yeah, that was crazy, that story.
That's good. Yeah. If you didn't hear, Mitch Albom was trapped in Haiti, and Haiti is being overrun by cannibal clans. Like they're taking over the
Like
country.
movie stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like movie stuff. Like cannibals are taking over the country, and Mitch Albom and a bunch of Michiganders.
This dude's name
were
is
trapped
Barbecue.
He was trapped for like a week, right?
Yeah, the dude's name is Barbecue.
Yeah.
He was trapped there for a while, but he made it out safe. So that is good.
That is good to hear.
Very good news.
I've put my thoughts out there in the past about Mitch Albom.
Yeah.
But you
You
obviously
can feel all you want about a guy, but nobody deserves to
nobody
get
deserves that.
cannibalized.
Right.
You know what?
yeah.
And I don't mean to laugh.
Yeah,
But you're right.
Yeah.
Like nobody
Nobody deserves
to
that.
be cannibalized, bro. Like
Yes, it's
and
crazy.
it
I got one person.
well other than Brandon Katz maybe, right?
You're right.
I didn't say it. Wasn't me.
All right, absolutely. All right, did want to chime in here.
DNCENT. Wait, what? I'm going to Haiti on a cruise next month.
Oh,
you
shit.
better get a refund,
You're
right?
right. You might want a refund.
Yeah.
You sure about that?
They are the country is being overrun and dominated by cannibal tribes right now. And D-Mac's right. The guy's name is literally Barbecue. That is like the leader of the cannibals.
They got the prime minister. Anyways.
Yeah, the prime minister fled the country.
Yeah.
He he was like, "Hey guys, good luck."
Yeah.
In all
Damn.
seriousness, a lot of people have died. In all seriousness,
Yeah.
like it's real over
It's
there.
fucked.
Yeah.
See, like, we go back and forth with that where, you know, like, hey, it's good to see him get out of there. No one deserves to get cannibalized. The guy's name is Barbecue. And then we go back to something else here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's half movie, half real life.
Yeah.
Don't tell him he's got, like, a YouTube page or an Insta account.
Barbecue? Probably. I don't know.
All
Probably
right.
not, actually.
It's a good marketing plan.
All right. Let's get to the NFL football stuff. Free agency, D-Mac. We can talk about the moves and stuff like
not
that.
really
No, it is certainly not. And look, there are some things too where not everything is as it appears with free agency, which I'll get into that.
Neal? I think maybe this is a great time to go into the bag.
Yes.
And some of these deals that we see done, maybe translate them. I know that. What was the deal? Who signed the 4-year deal? But it was Josh Jacobs with the
Packers.
The Packers, but it was 4 1-year deal options and stuff
Right.
like this. There's so much of this. I guess what I'm hearing from you, Neal, tell me about the intriguing ways some of these GMs have done or teams have done these deals, because there's always something new going on with money and how you're allocating it and how does he get this guy. I think what I see last night, Easy almost had a meltdown because Daniil Hunter went to the Raiders or something like that, but it really didn't. When you break it down, it didn't play out.
Yeah, Daniil Hunter went to the Texans.
For the Texans,
yeah,
I mean.
for
You're happy.
Yeah. The Texans are going to be good next year. But for a 2-year, around $50 million deal.
Right. And, you know, yeah, so what he did, he took a shorter term deal, and he's kind of betting on himself a little more. You know what I'm saying? Like, take a little bit more money than he probably would have got, and bets on himself because he thinks in 2 years he's still going to be an elite level player and he can go cash in again.
Real quick,
That's the thought process.
Did you give a take on the Carlton Davis
Yes.
trade?
All right, let's do that one first.
Yeah.
The Carlton Davis thing to me was, and look, I get called a Brad bot and stuff like that, but if anything, I think that you would like Brad Holmes because one thing he is consistent.
You got called a Brad bot, and I got called an Iserman dome polisher.
Yeah. All right, fair. I will say this, and I'm being honest about it, guys. The Carlton Davis thing was a little eyebrow raising to me. I'm not going to lie, because now you're talking about giving up capital. Which third-round pick did they give up?
92.
Minnesota.
Yeah, 92.
Okay.
Or ours.
Okay, so we still got Minnesota.
Yeah, the later one.
But the fact that we got 2 6 back, and but it's Brad.
It's not nothing.
You're the Brad simp,
Right.
but the fact is, the trading for position of need.
Yeah.
He automatically makes Cam Sutton better, doesn't he? Isn't this the person? And Spenny brought up yesterday, you said Jamar Chase said that this guy, Carlton Davis, was the best cornerback that he'd gone up against.
Yeah.
Any of that play in?
No, it does. And, obviously everyone's going to point to the health and the games missed. But see, where I raised my eyebrows at this, you gave up premium draft capital. A third-round pick is premium draft capital in the NFL draft.
Yeah.
To take on a guy that's on a one-year deal at $14 million. Like it's a little pricey, and there's no security to it. So essentially what you did, if you do not extend him or renegotiate, which is still on the table, by the way.
Yeah.
You have 1 year at $14 million left. So there are options that you can do. If you're going to extend him, you can lower the cap. And I'll land the plane a bit later with the overarching philosophy, which what I think Brad Holmes is doing here with this. And it's not sexy. And Woodward heavyweights 5 to 7, shout out. They're not going to like it. They're not. But here's my take on what they're doing. But the Davis trade, that was the Jack Campbell of free agency or / trade market. That was the Jack Campbell move where I'm like, I'm a ride with you. Okay. ... That was a little rich for me. You know what I'm saying? Like the trade package was a little rich given the contract setup. Now I think I know where he's going with this, because when you hear guys like Jamar Chase, when a guy has that kind of respect around the league, that's pretty tantalizing.
Yeah.
It is.
To me, it just goes to show you that, like, we started the show talking about Iserman or whatever. It shows you the position that how the Lions are in a position to win. And that Brad Holmes said, I'm going to go and acquire free agency or trades, positions of needs and draft talent and stuff like this. So whether it works or whatever else or whatever, this is the tax that I look at it as a tax you have to pay.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is what you had to weigh and what Brad Holmes weighed is the fact that the longer term security you don't have, but this is the movie you have to make. What did I say a month ago? Let me wait and see. He's either going to go defensive tackle, defensive end, free agency trade, or he's going to go corner. And then doesn't this open up more to your guy? What's your dude's name that I fuck with Detroit and Detroit fucks with me?
Jershawn Newton.
Yeah, but doesn't it, or as an example, that in that first round, that it's looking going to be that it's a line.
I think so.
On the line. I would bet defensive. I wouldn't push out even an offensive lineman because they're picking that late. But to me, Neal, he's shown his hand more so which way in the draft he's going to go.
Right.
And this was it was sort of like you said. He just said, I got him. I'm going to make a move. This is that position of need. If I can get a number one guy, which this guy is a number one cornerback.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
1.5.
I get it.
Okay, but I'm saying
1.75.
Okay, but regardless, my point is he makes Cam Sutton that much better.
It's a
right
no-brainer.
away.
And
like,
he's
him coming in to be able to take the one guys and whatever and move Sutton to the two.
Yeah.
Right? Didn't we agree to that? Like,
He's a guy you didn't have last year. He's a guy you line up on the outside against a big receiver and put him on an island. He's great in man coverage. You did not have a corner last year that was great in man coverage.
When he plays.
You did not have a tall, long cornerback last year. You have one now.
Yeah.
Neal, isn't that your MO, your guy? He ain't afraid. The injuries don't bother him. He gets his doctors to say, okay, I don't care where you came from, whether we're drafting you, whether we're trading for you, whatever, injury. If I'm good with it, and I think, to me, it tells me they've done their due diligence that they think he will be healthy.
Spenny, where are you at with the cornerback room right now?
I like it.
And that's where I am with it.
Yeah.
I think it was a bit aggressive to give up that third-round pick.
You don't put any stock to, if they had made the deal for L'Jarius Sneed, you would have gave up more capital. This is kind of like a glorified prove-it deal, I guess. 1 year, $14 million. He's still 27, a lot to prove.
But I'm not
Neal,
gambling. I'm not gambling third-round picks
Neal,
on quote prove-it deals.
But
though,
Neal, isn't the fact that you have 2 third-round picks that gives you the extra
little
caveat?
free roll, perhaps.
Isn't this your free roll to, like? I just like the fact that it's the same thing as I see direction.
Yeah.
Whether I agree with it or not, with the line. Like,
and you got capital back. You wouldn't have got that with a L'Jarius Sneed trade. You
No
would have
doubt.
been giving up more than you received. So,
and your guy's proven that he can pick late to guys to have some sort of an impact, even if it's a James Houston for 5 games in one season.
yeah. I'm surprised you said this was rich for your blood, though.
Yeah.
Because of the nature of the contract.
I get it.
It's one
Because there's no
year.
security.
There's no
14
security
million.
to it.
But like you said, if they extend him,
They'll
then
probably
they can
restructure
manipulate.
it,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's all. That's what I'm resting on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't just do this. He didn't be like, hey, let's do this deal. Hey, all right, Carlton, now that you're here, what do you think about a contract? You know, like, no,
Right,
like
right.
those conversations were had before. I do back it up to say, and I didn't do a good job, and I'm going to look at it right now as a matter of fact, because it makes me wonder about why the Bucks would do the deal. Why they giving up on it? They just sunk. They went all in with Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They went all in with Baker and Mike Evans. All in.
Right. So did
If they like them, why they moving them?
But did they run up
Because
against
they went
it?
all in on Baker and Mike
And-
Evans.
and
They
that's
can't
fair.
afford to pay him.
And they probably wasn't going to re-sign him.
That's
after
like
this
just
year.
like they got rid of Shaq Barrett. They can't. I'm sure they would want to keep Shaq Barrett,
Yeah.
but you can't afford to pay all. These
Really? I
guys.
was told the cap's not real.
Yeah, that's what happens.
How can that be?
I don't know.
Everybody in this town, you know, I get called a Brad bot, but everybody in this town is getting on microphones and saying, "Oh, the cap's not real. That's fake." And then you look at all the dudes around this league that are getting cut, getting traded, and
Yeah.
everything like that.
Yeah.
But when I bring that up, they're like, "Oh, you know," when I talk about Brad's kind of taking a cautious approach with the cap space, and when we come back from the next break, I'm going to give you the reasons why. I'm going to break it down for you. But when all of a sudden, when it comes to that, you never hear them talk about that, do you? No, they're just like, cap's not real. It's like they're like a politician about it.
Yeah.
Cap's not real. Cap's not real.
did you guys
ask Shaq Barrett if the cap's real?
Ask the Chargers if the cap's real.
Ask Buffalo if the cap's real.
Yep, Saints. So
Did you
go down
guys
the
just realize that Neal got to argue his point for the whole segment about why Brad Holmes is great? And we're telling right. Neal's he's so good. The fact that
I don't know what happened. I blacked out. What
Yeah,
happened?
I'm sure you did, but no, to the fact that he's I can't wait to hear.
I'm going to break it down.
About where you see the long play going.
Tell
Because
me about Swiss Insurance and let's do it.
Then you'll tell me.
Yes.
Promise.
But
Okay.
you got to earn it.
All right. Okay. Well, how about this? There's good news and there's bad news. Bad news is insurance rates are going up across the board in Michigan. The good news is Swiss Insurance. They're here to help right now. More than ever, it's critical for you to have your insurance reviewed. Swiss will make your carrier does not slip on extra fees or raise deductibles. Call my buddy Mark today. Swiss Insurance 248-800-4177 or visit SwissINS.com. Tell them Woodward Sports we sent ya.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy? It's Planet Fitness. Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
You smell that? That's Brad Holmes cooking. And the off-season smells good. Woodward Sports.
Football season's officially over. Oh, wait, it started up again, everybody. And spring training is in full swing as well. But let me tell you what never takes a break. That's Jack Labrador. 24/7, 365. The Ferris wheel never stops, everybody. Learn how to play on your phone right now. Go to jacklabrador.gg. 2 new symbols and a franchise-changing 3-point play. Scan the QR code. Right up there. Scan the QR code. Learn to play on your phone right now. It's a card game that is sweeping the nation, everybody. Once you go Jack, you never go back. Go to jacklabrador.gg right now. Hurry up. Quicker. Man, we're pulling up on the second hour of the show already.
I got a question. When's the Panthers start? Michigan Panthers.
I think in April.
Exactly.
We said football's back.
I was
Almago's
told.
back.
Yeah.
Almago's back too. Did you get another hit, Spenny?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
No
Did.
way.
He got
did.
a double.
Another double?
Yeah.
Yo, Mago.
What's he, 1 for 20?
2.
2 for 20?
Two
No.
hits.
Two
Yeah.
for
You better put some
37
respect on
30.
his name, Neal. Come on
Well,
now.
I will. When the top 5 list comes out. There may or may not be an El Mago sighting on my top 5 disappointments.
There we go.
Where
may or
does
may
he
not
rank
be.
is the question.
Well, you'll have to tune in.
When
You
are we
have to
when are we doing that?
we'll do that. We'll do that one at 12:24.
Okay.
All right, 12:24. Top 5 disappointments. You make an appearance on there too, D-Mac. Well, in an affiliation. You have an
It
affiliation.
happens.
You know which one it is.
Yeah,
I'm
I
sure.
know. You know, but it's a good thing that I learned from my mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, some on the list learn from their mistakes, and apparently some on my list have not learned from their mistakes.
Mine either, especially my number 5.
I'm getting worked up for this top 5 disappointment
That
thing. I
was
think it's going to be great.
hard to do, man. That top 5 disappointment.
So I thought mine was pretty easy. I had a
I
hard
mixed-
time narrowing it down to 5.
My
I
number
mixed
2
all
is
time.
actually my number 1 in life, and there's a
Yeah.
story behind it. But number 1 was, anyways. We'll get to
I'm
it.
interested.
We will. All right, here's the deal, everybody. I wanted to do the whole. Oh, by the way, too, I like this comment from Just a Fan. And tell you, Spenny, you said Easy had a meltdown. Woodward Heavyweights 5-7 shout out
Yeah.
about the Neal Hunter.
Yeah.
I direct him to Just a Fan's text here in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Hunter went home and saved on 10% of Michigan taxes. Gets warmer weather.
Yeah, that Easy came to terms with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That's good then.
No, I thought, dude, I was proud of the way Easy handled, you talk about all of us, learning or growth or whatever, but, and once you get by your emotional fandom, sort of then look at it, or why would he do it? And the thing is, would you do it? And it's the money-wise to whatever else, and you don't know his personal situation, he don't know yours, but then it's easier to take.
Here on Mark M. Easy was a broken man.
Plus, Spenny, that's your team.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's your second team. So I mean, it's just sort of like
AFC champs next year.
Yeah. They come in.
They're gonna
seriously.
They're gonna challenge. But what I'm saying is it's okay to be upset initially, but then break it down. Be rational about it instead of just Wookie.
Yeah.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Ryan's reaction. Top 5 disappointments. Neal covering the Pistons during the Lions' historic playoff run. Well, Ryan, I did get to watch the game with George Blaha.
Later.
So, is that disappointing?
Yeah.
I don't think it is.
Count that baby in a foul.
Count that baby in a foul. Absolutely.
Damn right.
All right. Lions. Here's what I think's going on. And I wanted to sit down and talk about moves, but we don't want to do that. Let's cut the shit, everybody.
Cut the ish.
We don't want to do that.
Call
We
it ish.
we want to dig our heels in and take our political stance, and nothing nobody says is going to get us off that stance. Here's what I think this has been the whole time with Brad Holmes. And you want to call it Brad Bod or whatever you want to say, feel free, go ahead. Here's my philosophy on it. As far as the cap space goes. And everyone is like my daughter with a $10 bill in the toy department right now. Just grabbing shit off the shelf that she's not even, a Matchbox car or something like that. You don't even have any of those. She doesn't, you're not interested in the Paw Patrol? No, I want just the first thing that's what everybody's like right now. And I'm not saying that he's saving it to save it. Here's what I think Brad Holmes' MO and how he's working right now. I think you're going to see Amon-Ra St. Brown sign an extension. I think you're going to see Jared Goff sign an extension. And here's why I think that you're going to do this, because this offers you 2 avenues. You can do the heavy lifting up front in terms of the big bonus that's paid out, and you can kind of be through there because they have a tremendous amount of cap space.
Yeah.
Again, next year as well. So here's what you can do. You can go in the club, get your money all in ones, and hit 8 Mile and rip through it all in a shopping bag. Or what you can do is you can pre-invest some of that, lighten the load for next year, because next year, and again, guys, I know you don't want to hear about next year when you're a half away from the Super Bowl. I'm just telling you what I think the plan is. And with the extension of Jared Goff and Amon-Ra St. Brown, you have 2 avenues. You can get the heavy lifting out of the way this year, which I think he might be moving towards, or I don't know, maybe it's a mix of both. Or you can kick that down the line, especially on Goff's deal, and have a super light cap hit. They have right now next season in 2025 $163 million in cap space. Now, with that being said, that's not Jared Goff on the books.
Yeah.
That's not Amon-Ra St. Brown on the books.
That doesn't count dead money too, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So, because you don't know what the dead money is
Right,
yet.
right.
So with all that being said, you have 2 avenues of thought where you can kick the can down the road on the Goff thing like a lot of other people are doing right now, where that bill's going to come due. Like we keep hearing about the Eagle. Like I keep hearing about Howie Roseman all the time from what a witch he is on the cap. Well, yeah, because your quarterback that all of a sudden there's big question marks about. Is that fair? And no one was a bigger Jalen Hurts guy than me. But Jalen Hurts has a 2nd-round pick on a rookie contract. Jalen Hurts at $250 million, that conversation's a little different. That bill's coming due. They're all in right now. They don't have a choice.
Yeah.
But remember, they have a Super Bowl in tow, so what are you going to say? I think this is what Brad Holmes is setting up for. I think Brad Holmes is going to set up to where he does the heavy lifting on St. Brown's extension. He kicks a can down the road on Goff's extension a little bit. And then you get in the club and you make it rain in 2025. Because now you've had that final. I think that this is the final draft of base of talent acquisition, D-Mac.
No,
this is what it is.
Makes total sense, because the one thing that just screams is the fact is that he drafts guys that play, so they like their guys. They're going to spend their money, and to me, until you show me different, that they're going to take care of your guys. Now, how they do that and what the communication is, everybody's going to be on the same page, whether it's Goff deferred or paid him now or whatever like that. Like it's a conversation of pulling the trigger for making the right moves at the right time, right? We know his record in the draft, right? We look at his free agency. What would you say his free agency moves over the past few years? I'd say it's like, C+, B-, like adequate. There's guys making worse moves, but he, bringing in guys trying to make.
There's no
moves.
Jamie Collins and Trey Flowers in there.
Right.
But that's what I mean. So it's about maneuvering, and I think that when we watched Hard Knocks and stuff, and you see they got all those big boards and whatever like that. Well, there's that big board about the long-term game plan, right? And the one thing that here's the thing. I think that's from Sheila down. So that's the new way of operating. Not only, we say same old line. No, it's a new fandom. Yeah. It's the new team, and this is where you operate on different levels. And again, right? Taking one of those 3rd-round picks because you had 2, because you acquired one from Minnesota, and trading yours at the end of the 3rd round, right, to get somebody of need, which you told me you were going to go out in free agency. Yeah. And get that, or in trade.
I have to address this on here. It flew through, so I can't attribute who it was. They said they paid Hurts last year, Neal. WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Junior X Battle. Yeah, Hurts isn't on a rookie contract anymore. No, they paid Hurts last year. They didn't pay for Hurts last year. Checks notes, cap hit this year.
Wow,
that's $13.5 million.
Yeah.
They paid Hurts last year. Yeah. They didn't pay for Hurts last year.
So that means that they gave him the money, but the tax return wasn't in for the next fiscal year?
Correct.
Okay. So you got your cash, but you didn't have to pay your tax till the next year.
So, Neal, what you saying is making sense. So are you saying, like, okay, they do an Amon-Ra extension this year, they're going to roll over money from one cap to the next, take the light cap hit on Goff, and then sign him next year? Is that what you're saying essentially?
No. They'll do Goff, because what you can do if you extend Goff this year, like that $32 million that he's on the books for, you can do your Jalen Hurts thing,
right?
And have that, cut that cash as a bonus, drop that cap hit to $14 million,
right?
And then take that differential, get the heavy lifting out of the way with St. Brown, kind of level it out, but then have going downhill on St. Brown's contract already. So you got St. Brown in the fold. You've kicked up a lot of the cash. You've kind of prepaid that a little bit.
It's like staggering a little bit.
And keeping it pushing.
But my question is, can you roll over money from one cap to another?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, because you can rip the contract up and do a new contract.
Okay.
So that's what I think they're going to do. That's what I think he's going to do.
It makes sense.
And again, I'm not telling you I'm right. I'm just, guys, I've done this since I've got on the air with you guys.
But Neal,
I look at stuff and I think it's a precursor to what's going to happen.
You bring up such a great point. No other sport can you rip up a contract on the spot and redo another one, right? Just like you can just cut a guy, send him going. And that's the power of the NFL. So that's why this cap, where people say it's not real or you got to figure ways around it. No, it's like you always said, Neal, right? It's like a living entity. It's got a life of its own, and you just got to figure out how you're gonna use that. So the fact is, so you just said it, right? They could do the same thing as what Philly just did with Hurts to be able to have more money to spend, and notably your guy,
absolutely,
or your guys. And then, because then you got, because you got guys coming up in the future too. Because you're not just thinking about a couple guys. You think, you got Sewell, you got Hutchinson, and all these different guys. So this starts. Does this not start putting, I guess, the machine in motion?
Yeah.
For this solid foundational group.
What you're seeing other teams doing, our time is coming with that. It is. The time is coming with that. You got to get the base set up to do it. And, people are talking about in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Let's Go Red Wings Sparty, they put Hurts on layaway. Guys, every quarterback contract, they put the quarterback on layaway. Because obviously you anticipate the cap continuing to go up and stuff like that. You're trying to hide it the best you can. But, again, Steve Wild, you can keep converting base to bonus like they do Mahomes. Well, you can only do conversions once. See, that's the difference. You know what I'm saying? Real cream of wheat. I remember the blue light layaway from Kmart.
Throwback.
I'm salty. Preach that money, Neal. Freddie Felt 313. Neal, if the chat was our GM, we'd be the Carolina Panthers. No, if the chat was our GM, and not everybody, we'd be the New Orleans Saints. And we'd have 34-year-old Taysom Hill on a $10 million cap hit this year because there's no escape from it.
There'd be a lot of big contracts. Let's say that.
You would be the New Orleans Saints right now on a treadmill of mediocrity. Walking, too. Not even running.
Here, just a fan. Smart GMs get flexibility in the cap. They play chess while fans play checkers. No, my question, Neal, how many GMs in this league are playing chess and how many are playing checkers? Just your opinion. Like roughly a third?
I think they're all playing chess. It's
how
the talent
better than others.
How many are playing above a high school level?
Well, make no mistake, dude. Like the capology stuff, that's all chess, and everybody plays it. It's the talent evaluation. It's the draft combined with GMs or ownership that want to get Russell Wilson on the books. You know what I'm saying? And just so you guys know too, and I know we're late for the break. But just so you guys know, there will be a tune change from me about Russell Wilson with the Steelers. Because the Denver Broncos' problems are not the Pittsburgh Steelers' problems financially.
They're still the Broncos' problem.
They're still the Broncos' problem. All right?
But are you going to change his on the field?
Can he? And that's where I would ask.
It's worth the risk.
Yeah,
I can agree with that.
It's a total free roll for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like Russ, you're going to get
Tom would come out here looking like a genius.
Yeah, like, hey, man. And I'm sure Tomlin had that conversation.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, hey, dude, how about you stop being a douche and we get in here, stop with the unlimited stuff and all that kind of stuff. Stop being an ass.
I saw somebody post there like Russ is gonna get a win for the Steelers and post something corny like "Steele got it" or something like that.
Oh God, he did?
No, he will. He will.
Shit.
But I bet he
hasn't
won't.
yet. They
It
put him on
hasn't happened yet.
lockdown.
Yeah, I bet he won't though.
They got him on immediate lockdown.
Yeah.
If Mike Tomlin
got an
makes
eye in
this
it.
work, it's his. We look. We're all Sims for Mike Tomlin in this studio.
Fair.
Some of you aren't. We
Fair.
are in this
Fair.
studio.
Shout out
Fair.
Sam.
Shout out.
If he pulls this off and converts Russell Wilson,
Yeah, that's crazy.
then just stop the game and put him in the Hall of Fame.
Facts.
Straight
He
away.
Should be in there already. but-
Straight away. Put him right in the Hall of Fame. No
Brandon
question.
Katz's a big Russell Wilson guy.
Yeah.
What?
Brandon Katz's a big Russell Wilson guy.
I'm a big Russell Wilson guy at 1.2 million.
Shocking.
Team
The
future.
douches stick together.
Yeah, well, hey, whatever, man. Planet Fitness, they're in the Gym Hall of Fame, everybody. I'm not going to lie to you. I took a midday week off this morning. Got 55 minutes of sleep last night.
You had a reason.
Didn't quite have it in the tank.
Week day off, whatever.
Yeah,
right.
Either or.
Yeah, I'll make up for it on Saturday.
Damn
I
right.
promise you all that. Yeah, down in South Florida when I'm down there. I'll get into Planet Fitness and Coconut. Hey, I will. And Coconut Grove, man, I'll be in. That's my Planet Fitness away from home.
Yes.
And I can do that because I'm a Black Card member. And it's just $24.99 a month. I can go to any Planet Fitness in the world, over 2,500 of them. Everywhere I am, there's a Planet Fitness close by because there's 2,500 of them in the world. There's over 50 of them in Metro Detroit. It's the best gym in the gym game. Everything you need is in Planet Fitness. Guys, trust me. It starts with a step. You got to step in the door. And once you do, it'll change your life. And Planet Fitness won't change your life. You will change your life. But you got to step in the door first. All right, everybody? Best gym in the gym game. $1 down, $10 a month for access to your home club. Or like I said, the Black Card's an option. Go to planetfitness.com. You can join there. Pull in the parking lot of one. Over 50 in Metro Detroit. You can join there. It's Planet Fitness, Mr. Darren McCarty.
Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Big Boy Seafood Fest is sailing in with a fresh catch of favorites. Dive into fish and chips, our new palm-crusted cod, perfectly fried clam shrimp platter, or a delicious fish sandwich. Try our new mango iced tea, the ultimate complement to our popcorn shrimp, our all-new fried pickles, shrimp alfredo, or shrimp stir-fry. Experience all the sea has to offer every Friday night with our all-you-can-eat seafood buffet. Every day is a fish fry, only at Big Boy.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports. Every year, after a cold and dreary winter, Metro Detroiters come together for two things: Tigers baseball and the best damned party in the world. A new season of Tigers baseball is here, and we're bringing in the new season as only Woodward Sports knows how. Broadcasting live from the biggest party, it's the Grand Slam Festival at the Detroit Opera House. Come party with 4,000 Detroit sports fans, starting with Wake Up Woodward and rolling into Big D Energy. This is a party you don't want to miss, with Detroit's best DJs, food trucks, and of course, shots. Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFest.com. 21 plus. See you April 5th at the Grand Slam Fest.
Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, and first-class car buying experience. It's called the Feldman Advantage. With 18 locations, there's a Feldman dealership in your backyard. That's across all brands, by the way. Ford, Chevy, Kia, all of them, everybody. Feldman Automotive has you covered. Catch Woodward Sports Network live from Feldman Chevrolet in Novi every other Monday. They are Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. By the way, it is Feldman Automotive, the GOATs of the car game.
Shout out to Taylor Shantz in the Woodward Sports chat.
Oh, yeah? For what?
Shout her out.
Shout out.
Yeah.
There you go. Shout out.
Shout out.
Shout out Woodward Heavyweights, 5 to 7.
Shout
Tap
out Woodward
in.
Heavyweights. Check it out.
Morning Woodward,
Tap
8
in,
to
watch
10.
Easy Cry.
Shout out.
Yeah, absolutely. Curtis Tober, Tomlin will end up in the Hall of Fame regardless. No, I know, but
Yeah.
if he's able to wring out Russell Wilson and make him into a good player and a good
dude.
teammate, then he goes in immediate. No 5-year waiting period. Like that Sunday night, put him in the Hall of Fame.
I already got my Russell Wilson pre-order jersey.
Wow.
To make it happen. If he does, I'll wear one. I'll eat it that he's done. Because if anybody can, it's Tomlin. But I don't think so.
Yeah, absolutely. Jump into that woodwardsports.com chat thread. John Clark, so what's a prediction on the next signing? I don't know. I understand there's a big visit. That's today, right?
Yes, sir.
Who?
Do not let that man leave the building.
Who?
DJ Reader.
Yeah.
Yes.
You do not let him leave Allen Park.
Real cream of wheat. One day Neal will recognize my genius.
Well, okay, so let's talk a little bit. Let's just go DJ Reader right here. What's the dollar sign he's looking for, and what's Brad Holmes looking for? Is there a deal that could be done here, Neal?
I mean, there's always a deal.
No, I understand.
There's always a deal that
what's
can
the
be done.
comfortable number, and what's the number that you consider it overpaid, I guess?
Well, he's coming off a 4 at 53 deal, so 13 and a quarter per year. That's what he was on before.
Yeah. And he was injured this past season, right?
Torn quad, right?
Yeah, so he missed time. That might go against his number a little bit.
So this could be one of those Brad Holmes, shopping at the discount rack a little bit.
What again?
Prove you're healthy. A distressed asset.
That's what I said. That's all these guys, Carlton Day, anybody.
Yeah.
So their due diligence, because what usually happens, and it doesn't always work out. Who could have foreseen Emmanuel Mosley? But he obviously did enough to get re-signed. So, Spenny, you all in?
I'm all in on
Reader,
DJ.
you heading down here before, like after
Spenny,
our show to lock the door?
How much is it you in a toy store right now with $10 from Dad?
No,
you don't care what the move is.
No,
You just want to
I
move.
wanted DJ Reader for a while.
So-
DJ Reader is the piece that I've wanted on this defensive line for a while because what he can bring, because he eats double teams, and you put him in between Aleem McNeil and Aiden Hutchinson, he will free them up to one-on-one matchups.
All right,
he was essential for Trey Hendrickson getting 17 and a half sacks last year.
And getting his bag.
Aiden Hutchinson is better than Trey Hendrickson. You bring
facts.
DJ Reader on this team next year, he plays 15-plus games. Aiden Hutchinson gets over 17 sacks. You can book it.
Respond to this then. The real K. Collins 77. Another run stopper. Nah, I'm good.
Another run stopper and an eater who eats it for lunch. The man is in the middle commanding double teams. He must be blocked by two people on every single play.
Yeah.
So everybody who was all last year, Hutch just gets double teamed. He gets chipped. He's got 4 guys on him. You know what takes away from that? A 330-pound mammoth standing next to him. That is the guy this team needs. You've got Aleem, who is your pass rushing defensive tackle. You need a guy who will be in the middle commanding multiple grown men to put their hands on him every single play.
There you go.
Yeah.
So there's Spencer stands on business with that.
I love DJ Reader. I think he is the perfect fit for this defensive line. Yeah.
He has been preaching
So
it.
I'm on board with Steve Wilds and TCG Network 3 at 45. Does that work?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think you could probably get him a little
I think
cheaper
you
than
can.
Okay,
that.
but
Cheaper than that, too.
I was thinking then that would be. Would you be all right with that if you had to go there to what?
As long
Spenny was
as
saying?
my doctors are all right with it.
Okay. So
Because you're doing the full medical
there's
exam.
a deal
Yeah,
to be
of course.
made.
Yeah, you're doing the full medical exam. So
And we
it's,
talked about it. I asked Dr. Pierce yesterday about his quad injury and how long of a recovery that would be, and he said if it wasn't a complete separation of the quad, then he'll be fine.
because that's like a meaty muscle
Yeah,
part right there.
And for
Pause.
a dude that size, he's got to have some tree trunks. So
Yeah, absolutely. Before we get to Top 5 Wednesday, I do want to break this down. Just a little primer, everybody. I just happened to pull up the Brian Burns Giants contract because I want to explain the reality. Because the headline is 5 years, $141 million. Everybody's like, holy shit, right? That's the thing. All right. You guys know that this is nothing official except for a 3-year, $90 million contract. In terms of practical, guaranteed money. After the 3rd year, there's a $10 million dead cap ejection cord you can rip and pull and get out of it. So we hear every time you hear a deal, that ain't the deal.
Right.
It's usually some kind of slimmed down version of that deal.
I'll be honest. It ain't a deal or whatever until you tell me what it means. That's why I'm waiting here. That's why I always go to you, Neal, because you're the one who always reads, through all the fluff.
Yeah. So, when they do that deal, the agent likes doing that deal. The Giants are like, look, we're committing 90 for 3 years. And the agent's like, all right, cool. What if we tack on just a little bit of dead cap at the end? And you can stretch it out just a little bit. Like his cap hits. This year's 23.5. Next year's 27.5. Then the year after, it's 28 3/4.
Yeah.
Now, when you hear me say Neal, I say 3 years, $90 million. That adds up to roughly, 23, 27. That's right around, we're sitting there right around $80 million, right?
Yeah.
Then the other $10 million comes in bonuses. You stagger that out. That's your dead cap, and you send him on his way. So that's the way it works, everybody. So, like when you and I know that, and the reason I bring this up is because all the pushback that Brad Holmes gets, about the 5 at 141, you got the money, go spend it. They're not spending 5 at 141. They're spending 3 at 90. Mm-hmm. That's what they're responsible for. That's it. And after that 3 years, Brian Burns tears an Achilles or whatever.
Gone.
Get out of here, bro.
Yeah.
Here's your last bonus we owe you. Now get to stepping.
Before we go to break and
Yes.
before we go to the top
Breaking
5
news?
list, it's just a little Red Wings update. It's from Sam Stockton, who's the Red Wings writer for the Hockey News. He said the defense at camp today, or at practice today, was switched up a little bit. Sherratt was riding with Sider, Wallman was with Gostisbehere, and Mata was with Petrie.
Okay, so he's doing something.
Yeah,
That's what you want to hear. He's doing something.
I
So
like
there it
Sherratt
is.
and Sider, honestly, and Wallman and Ghost could be pretty dangerous on the back, like those two snipers back there.
The report is that Evanson was not called up.
No.
Okay, that was what I was looking for.
Not yet.
All right. When we come back, top 5 Wednesday. Tell them about Premier Pet Supply.
Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. Premier Pet Supply is hands down Michigan's best pet store. Same prices and all the conveniences of the online and big box retailers with one major difference. They're family and locally owned and operated for 30 plus years. Over 60 brands of food with nutrition experts to help you. Same day local curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions, featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports. Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. This is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. Same great service that customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Ave, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today. LesStanford.com. Les Stanford Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl. Darren McCarty, KG in the house. Spencer Racks on racks as well. Red Wings fan club. Neal's got the fluff glasses. What does that mean?
Beats me.
I don't know.
All right. Not familiar with it. I mean, I know what the term fluff means in some respects, some avenues. I don't understand how it attaches to glasses, but whatever. Alan W., we need to re-sign James Houston, too. James Houston is an exclusive rights free agent.
He'll be back.
He has no choice but to sign the contract that the Lions give him. If he wants to play NFL football, it is for the Lions at a predetermined price. That's it. That's all. So he can't go anywhere. He can't do anything. The Lions have him. There was something else I wanted to touch on in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. And I want to make sure I get this. Yeah, here it is. Silky Johnson. Hate. We need another Sider-type defenseman. Yeah, Silky. We all do.
I think everybody in the league would like
Every NHL team needs that.
Yeah.
D-Max face.
Evanson.
Yeah, but
Bring him home.
The
Bring
thing
him
it
home.
tells me is that they don't think he's ready, and we saw him earlier this year and stuff like that. And could he help? I don't know, but he's not the Mo Sider type difference yet.
All right.
That's,
And Jay Cruzen said, I had a good lunch, manwich with man sauce with chips.
nice.
That seems like it's right out of the Spencer Raxton
Oh, yeah, I
playbook.
love a good man.
Who doesn't?
Did you get any on you?
Mustard and some pickles?
Some pickles. Throw a piece of cheese on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good. I love a manwich. Is
kind
that
of-
James Franklin?
I don't know. I'll ask him if his
might
record.
be.
I don't ask him if his record's 8-4.
Guy
Might
looks like
be.
James
He's
Franklin.
lost.
Yeah.
Could be.
And his wife's driving.
All right. All right. Top 5 Wednesday?
Top 5.
Top 5.
Yes,
Top
sir.
5.
Top
You,
five.
you just want to do the rotation, Spenny? We just go around the room?
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems to be how it goes.
Yeah. Spenny?
All
bat
right,
and
I'll
lead
go
off.
first. Top
This
5.
is top 5 disappointments. Why is it a top 5 list?
Because it's half as boring as a top 10 list.
Look at that.
Love the fit
picture.
right there.
Yeah, that was,
Prom?
I think it was homecoming or prom.
Yeah.
Top 5 disappointments. Number 5 is Brad Osmus. Brad Osmus came into
Fair.
the
I
Detroit
missed that
Tigers,
one.
and he had an all-star team.
Yeah.
Loaded, ready to go. And what did he do? He fumbled the bag.
He wasn't ready, man.
He was not ready for
Bottom
that.
line,
Brad
he was
Osmus,
egregious.
He was
Yeah.
supposed to be a guy, he's a former catcher. He can do this.
I contend if you put A.J. Hinch in that spot, they win a
they
World
win a World
Series.
Series.
Oh,
At least
absolutely.
one. At
Yep.
least one. Brad Osmus. Honorable mention, by the way, Killian Hayes. Honorable mention, Killian Hayes is a top 5 disappointment. At number 4, the ending of Bleach, the manga, is a top 5 disappointment for me. I'm not going to get too into it because the anime is coming out right now, but the ending of Bleach is very disappointing in the manga. At number 3, Starfield. It's a video game.
Yeah.
Extremely disappointing.
I hear a lot about this
It was
game.
made by some of my favorite developers. It was absolutely hyped up for the launch. It was supposed to be Fallout, but in space.
Yeah.
And what we got was a loading simulator. Starfield was awful. Yeah, I was so upset.
loading
I
simulator.
literally bought it so I could get the pre-release and play some of that. It was awful. Hated it. Starfield sucks. Number 2 of my top 5 disappointments is Game of Thrones Season 8. They fumbled the bag. They completely ruined the story. They rushed to get it done. They rushed to make it like it was going to be in one season, even though George told them it should take at least 3 seasons. You should have done a whole season of the long night of the White Walkers attacking, a whole season of them battling Cersei, and then a whole season of Dany going crazy. Instead, they put it all into one, and it was completely awful. And then number 1 top 5 disappointment, Middle Tennessee State. That was just awful. It was a terrible experience for me to sit through. I hated it, and I never want to do it again. So those are my top 5 disappointments.
That was tough.
Yeah.
That was absolutely tough.
I like the list, though. Solid list.
Reaction, AJ Blair, LMAO. Gaming is so bad right now. LOL.
It's not true. It's not true.
Depends on what you play.
Helldivers is amazing. It is one of the most fun video games I've ever played in my entire life.
Which one?
Helldivers. It's basically Starship Troopers, the video game.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's really fun.
On the 5 or the
Yeah,
box?
PS5. It's a PlayStation exclusive, so it's not on Xbox, but it's PS5 and PC.
Kyle Zwed says, number 1, Ken Holland, post-salary cap era. That's
Is there a
strong
Helldiver
one.
too?
Yeah.
It's Helldivers 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
KG?
Helldivers 2 is amazing.
You're up.
What up, man?
What up? Top 5 disappointment. I'm curious to see this list.
Yeah, so I went.
You sound like you took it serious.
No, I went more of an all-time angle. I went more of an all-time angle.
Look at
with mine.
KG.
Yeah, man, that was the early stages of the dreads. So
man,
this was
bro.
probably year 2 of the dreadlocks.
Love it.
So yeah.
The head tilt, bro.
Yeah. Oh, stop it, man. This is when I was a vendor at Comerica Park. So
Can we put Sam Flannel and Kenny's picture beside each other when Flannel's doing the
with the Kid
That must
Cudi
be
shirt?
generational.
Hey, KG, can I ask you, what were you slanging at Comerica?
hot dogs, beer, you name it.
A rotate? You didn't have a specialty?
Yeah, I was
We
doing it all.
probably crossed paths. And
Yeah.
if you were on the Leinenkugel train.
Oh, I was, man, summer shandy. I used to make a
Yeah,
killing off
I bet,
summer
man.
shandy. But number 5 on my list is high school. What a
Really?
crock of shit high school
See,
is.
I thought high school was dope.
Man,
I had a good time on it.
they bill it as the 4 best years of your life. It was really 4 of the worst years of my life personally. And then I don't use anything from high school really. Like Algebra 2, who needs it?
That's a good point.
It's all useless.
Instant reaction. Let's go Rebbing Sparty High School. Damn, that's deep. What happened, KG?
It was a waste of time, man, in my eyes. But
damn.
Number 4 on this list is something I'm sure we've all suffered at one point or another. Wet dreams are some of the worst disappointments in life. I'm just putting it out there.
Shut it down, everybody.
Could be the greatest. What that might be? Can we put a gold star beside Kenny's number 4?
Man.
That is deep.
It's
bro.
always when you having the best one too, and you like right getting into it, and then you wake up.
That's a good point.
Man. So
hold on.
Or you're not hitting it how you know you can hit it, and you're like, damn it.
Right.
I'm in such anticipation for that 20-second delay from when the chat catches up to what we're talking about. Can we just wait for a second to let it roll in?
Absolutely.
Real cream of wheat. Too much info. These are perpetuating themselves in live time right now. So
I think that's a pretty common one.
That's a good one. That's what it always is for me. Is in my dreams, I'm like, I finally get the baddie that I wanted for, like, if a celebrity or something, and I'm just not hitting it. I know I can hit it.
Yeah.
That's what pisses me off.
all right, proceed.
75% stroke.
Oh, hold on. Jack Stark circles it all together. Number 4 makes number 5 make sense.
Oh my God. But number 3 on this list, my first taste of real sports heartbreak.
Ooh.
The Robert Horry shot.
That's a good one.
Why?
Yeah.
Why did you leave that man open?
We all remember our first.
Listen, man, I swear to God, the Pistons win their second championship if it's not for this shot.
For sure. That's a good one.
So, number 2, the David Tyree helmet catch. Now, during this time period, I'm a big fan of the Patriots. I want Randy Moss to get his ring. They go 18-0. And one Eli Manning, who gets on my nerves as a quarterback. Somehow,
he's got stupid face.
Man, don't get me started. He somehow
Mouth
finds
breather.
Yeah.
He escapes 3 sacks and somehow finds David Tyree, who makes one of the most ridiculous catches
It was
in
absurd.
NFL history.
The whole thing was
I don't even know
absurd.
if that's a catch in today's NFL.
He's got Rodney Harrison hanging all over him, flexed out.
I don't know how he escaped those sacks, but that's number 2 on my list. And number 1, Boys in the Hood, my first taste of just real life.
See,
listen,
I'm with you. That's disappointing. But dude that made that shot is the greatest shooter of all time.
That is facts.
He
What a
put
shotgun.
every single
Pellet.
round from that sawed-off shotgun in a perfect grouping in his back from 100 yards away.
Turn
Like,
his chest into a piece of honeycomb cereal.
Yeah.
It was bad. But this movie was my first real taste of what life is, man. Disappointments, man.
Ricky should have hopped fences, by the way. That's kind of not him.
That's every time I watch that movie, I'm like, Ricky, just hop the fence. There's a fence right next to you.
Yeah.
Why are you running in a straight line?
Scratching a lottery ticket. Like, bro, they just pointed a shotgun at you, bro. They were coming after you. And you moved past it that quick to where you could just start scratching off a lottery ticket.
It's ridiculous. But
It's
every
absurd,
time I
man.
watch it, I just want him to get away. He never does.
Weezy 313, a sawed off from 150
He's
yards.
the Steph Curry of gangbanging. That is the greatest shot of all time. Like,
Steph Curry again.
Real shit.
It was insane.
Real shit, man.
Oh,
But that
man.
is my top 5 list, man.
These lists are electric. All right, D-Mac, go ahead,
All right,
man.
my honorable mention was Armando Galarraga. Perfect game,
man.
but he got a car the next day, so I had to take
all
it off
worked
the
out
list
for
because
him.
it worked out. Number 5, obviously, flannel.
No more needs to be said.
Right,
Number
just-
4.
Man.
Number 4, this year's second half.
Yeah.
The Lions being that close, having their own destinies. So that, for all of us, that one hit pretty hard. The 2006 Tigers World Series.
Sorry, I was reading ahead.
Yeah, no, that one, that one, and you could put 2012 in there, but being so close and just, either the one year because of the layoff or the next year because the pitchers couldn't field the ball. That just hurts being a baseball fan. Number 2, losing the club championship because I was still drinking back then. I had 36 holes. I'm 4 up after 9. I'm 2 down after 18, and I lose 2 and 1.
I wonder what changed.
Nosedive.
Oh, dude, that was the biggest. like that's the biggest regret as far as I did it to myself, where I can say that drinking cost me that like as far as that. And then why that wasn't number one and why the 96 loss to Colorado in the conference finals, because I remember, and I always implore, like I always remember the day of feeling hopeless, like there was never a way out. And I remember the worst day. That was when we lost and sitting on the bus after losing to Colorado with Drapes cutting busted up or whatever. Coming from 93, coming from 95, and coming from to there, setting the league record. Honestly, it was like one of those feelings. Like I'm sure all the fans is like, I don't know if we're ever gonna do this, and that's a scary feeling. And I don't think you should ever run from that, because you have to go back there and put yourself in that mindset and that perspective so that you can.
I didn't think, D-Mac, I've told you this publicly, privately. That was a moment I thought we were never going to beat Colorado. Yeah. And you thought it too, so that makes me feel better.
And it wasn't just Colorado. It was we may never get back.
Yeah.
Right? Because I remember 95 standing in the crease watching Jersey celebrate, me and Drapes, and he said, we can't let this happen again. I said, yeah, I know, but that feeling like, well, we'll get back. We're young. Set the league record and not get back and go, wow, how hard it is. And things like Cicerelli and Coffey and guys, the older guys would tell you, but until you experience it. So
it's a good list, D-Mac.
Very good list.
All right, last. All right, here we go. Top 5 disappointments. For me, honorable mention, Yellowstone bourbon.
Wow.
Okay. Everyone said it hyped it up so much, and I tasted it, and it sucked.
Damn, I got Stick that a fifth of that for his birthday.
Yeah, I was disappointed.
Well, rip. Sorry, Stick.
Well, hey. All right, for me, number 5, not having a hole-in-one. Play golf at a high level, high competitive level, pretty good player. All my friends have this MFer over here's got 3.
Damn.
Can't even give me 1. I don't have a hole-in-one.
Yeah.
Number 4, Javi Baez signing here. I knew what we were getting. Everyone knew what we were getting. I knew that there was going to be a sucker in the room that was going to fall for Javi Baez, and I hoped it wasn't us. And lo and behold, it was us. Top 5, number 3 biggest disappointments. Javi Baez playing here. Because then you think, well, maybe he can be okay. No, he's the worst baseball player in baseball. He's 2 for 20 in spring training.
Yeah.
Javi Baez, so disappointing, he made the list twice because that's what it had to be. Number 2, the Red Wings, D-Mac, losing to San Jose in the playoffs because I thought, okay, here we are.
Won the President's Trophy.
It's time to party. It's our time. Finally, it's our time. Here we go. And not San Jose. They got teal uniforms, for Christ's sake. Yeah. They were the ones that they were on the back end of the Charlotte Hornets had already done it better.
Yeah.
And they took the teal uniform. D-Mac, I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed on that one. How could you do that to me?
It's my first year.
Sorry.
Ricky, what you want me to do?
Hey, you know what? I learned from my mistakes.
It was very similar to how everyone was with the Green Bay Packers Thanksgiving Day game. Like, I was promised that.
Yeah.
Not them. Mm-hmm. Like, you lose in the cup final, whatever, not them. Number 1, most disappointed I've ever been. Asking my wife to go with me back when that thing in the 90s, right? Asking her to go with me in 9th grade and her saying no.
Damn.
God, are you resilient, though?
Yeah.
You wore her down.
That's
crazy.
That's
got her in 10th grade, though.
There we go.
Damn
Still
right.
got her.
Damn right.
Joke's on
Sucker.
you, Sophia.
Still got her. But that one I thought was in the bag. We had went to homecoming together and everything.
You thought it was in the
Did she go with
bag.
somebody else?
To what? No, she didn't. No, she didn't. No, we went to homecoming together, and I thought it went well.
Why did she say no?
I don't know.
She ain't never
You better
told you
go
why
home
she
and
said
ask
no.
her. We need
I will,
answers.
as a matter of
Yeah,
fact.
we need
I don't-
answers.
Yeah, we need.
I didn't focus on, the obstacle. I focused on how I can overcome the obstacle. You know what I'm saying?
Because you were oblivious that there was an obstacle there. Until
Until
there was.
I had just moved to the district too for that year, and then homecoming, is like October, so I was only in the district for like a month. So maybe that played into it. But once I let that Riz permeate.
Yeah. Big Riz Neal.
Sophomore year, the Riz took over.
So we could say Kenny and Neal had different high school experiences.
Yeah.
We can say that. Absolutely we can say that. Wow, we are super late for the break. Jack Labrador, everyone's never too late to start playing Jack Labrador. Learn on your phone, jacklabrador.gg. Scan the QR code on the screen. 2 new symbols and a franchise-changing 3-point play. It's the card game sweeping the nation, and you can give it a spin. Before you buy your deck, go to jacklabrador.gg. Scan the QR code on the screen today.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports. Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
What's better than crispy chicken and pizza while watching your favorite team play? Let me tell you about Soroki's crispy chicken and pizza. Their food is amazing. Their locations are popping up all over Metro Detroit. A perfect takeout option for featuring hand-breaded fried chicken, New York pizza, fresh salad, sides, and more. Check out their full menu and find the closest Soroki's near you at Sorokis.com. That's SAROKIS.com. Soroki's and Woodward Sports. Now that's crispy.
That's everything you need to survive a hangover in that picture.
Facts.
Yeah.
Little Saturday afternoon.
Soroki's is good, man.
It's my spot.
Yeah, you
Great.
guys.
Hey, you like those chicken Caesar salads?
Yeah.
It's a good $10
Those
one.
biscuits at Soroki's,
What?
They hit.
great stuff. Their
Yeah,
biscuits.
yeah.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread reaction to the top 5 list. Silky Johnson, Morris Chestnut, a.k.a. Ricky, still made the NBA, and like Mike, though. Never forget.
That's true.
Big facts.
Never forget.
Big facts.
He was
Freddie-
getting crossed up by a 10-year-old. But
Right.
But he made the
But
league.
he made the
And
league.
dirty
Yeah.
Nikes, by the way.
Yeah.
That check's still cleared.
That's fair.
Freddie Felt, when Ice Cube pops that dude at the end with that dejected look on his face, knowing that he didn't solve Ish.
Yeah.
That was an incredible film.
Oh, Boys in the Hood's fantastic.
Oh, stop. Yeah.
No, it absolutely was.
That's goated.
That was a great movie. Crazy Clown, El Mago's back, Neal. 2 RBIs now. Neal
Look
Ruhl.
out.
Take that.
Take that.
Take that. So, yeah. Brendan Dillinger. Spenny, it's our duty when this rears its head. You and I have to present
say?
it. Brendan Dillinger, Blake Griffin had all of us fooled.
No, he didn't.
He didn't.
We got analytically the best year of his career.
Seriously.
He was all NBA.
He was
player.
all NBA.
Yeah.
Blake Griffin was not the problem.
Yep. One leg took that team to the playoffs.
Absolutely.
We all knew what the result
Blake
was going to
Griffin
be.
did what he was brought in to do. The bad part is that there wasn't a good enough team around him to make it any better.
That guy up north.
That was the best Blake Griffin the NBA's ever seen. Was when he was in a Pistons jersey.
Talk to him.
Yeah.
No, it's real.
When he did, it's when he was at his peak. That was
We will. When Spenny, when you and I are together on these airwaves, if someone says that, we will stop the show and address it.
That was
every single time.
was the best he's ever played basketball in his life. Is when he was in a Pistons jersey.
Yes. Let's go Red Wings Sparty. She said no because you never got a hole in one. Maybe that's the case. I don't know.
True.
That guy up north. If I say yes, will you stop asking me? Maybe. Hey, I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Red Wings Fan Club. I married my high school sweetheart as well, Neal.
I remember one
Shout
time
out.
a girl, I think it was in middle school, asked me out, and I said no, and she started crying. I said yes, and then that night she texted me saying I love you, so I broke up with her the next day.
Yeah. Smart man.
Was that Tiny Tina?
No, it was not.
Oh.
I didn't know Tiny Tina until college.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You're a smart
And I
man.
knew her for one day, and I've never seen her again in my life.
Yes. Real cream of wheat. Neal, you still ended up marrying her. What's the big disappointment? To go on the line like that.
Put yourself out there.
To put yourself out there.
Yeah.
And just
get shut down. Was it a bad no? Was it like a get the hell out of my face no? Like, how, describe the no.
It wasn't. No, it was just like, no.
Ooh. just like no.
And it was like a sales call. Like the next one who talks loses.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, she just shut it down. So it was disappointing, man. Again, real cream of wheat. The disappointment was because we went to home. There was no more of a sure bet.
It was in the bag.
It was in the bag.
The Red Wings against the Sharks weren't as sure of a bet as this one was.
Fair. Fair.
Someone brought up Thon Maker in the chat. I'm not quite sure why.
Right.
But if you say Thon Maker, I'll put it out there.
Thon Maker was the man, dude.
Absolutely.
Dude was throwing flying knees in an NBA game. Shout out Thon Maker.
Man.
Yes.
Or not NBA. That was overseas, but basketball game.
Galloping Lake 6. It's sad to see Neal's wife have to, quote, settle. Drew K., the Johan Franzen contract. D-Mac, that should have been one of my honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Marion Host over Johan Franzen. That's what put the wheels in motion.
That was it.
It's rare that you can put it to a singular event like that. So, hey, let's do some questions for D-Mac in the chat when we come back. We haven't done that in a minute, right?
Yeah.
D-Mac, tell them about Lady Jane's and answer their questions. You do all the work.
Absolutely. Walk in any Lady Jane's for an ordering haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and enter for your chance to win. Win what? $50,000. The perfect bracket challenge. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 7 days a week. Get in there. Sign up. Get ready. The teams are going to be announced this weekend. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's. It's wicked awesome.
Every year, after a cold and dreary winter, Metro Detroiters come together for two things: Tigers baseball and the best damned party in the world. A new season of Tigers baseball is here, and we're bringing in the new season as only Woodward Sports knows how. Broadcasting live from the biggest party. It's the Grand Slam Festival at the Detroit Opera House. Come party with 4,000 Detroit sports fans, starting with Wake Up Woodward and rolling into Big D Energy. This is a party you don't want to miss, with Detroit's best DJs, food trucks, and of course, shots. Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFest.com. 21 plus. See you April 5th at the Grand Slam Fest. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Woodward Sports has a new morning show. Start your day with Wake Up Woodward, Monday through Friday, 8 to 10 a.m. live on the Woodward Sports Network. Kool-Aid, Flannel Sam, Broder, JB, and KG, our very own KG, every morning as they cover all of Detroit sports, sports talk, banter, and live fan interaction, all on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. All right, final segment of the show. Ask D-Mac. You got a question for D-Mac, put it in there. I will shut this one down, too. D-Town Heat. Barry Sanders retiring early. He's got to be on one of those lists. D-Town Heat, no, because he was done playing football. Mm-hmm. That's not up to me and you to decide. That's up to Barry Sanders.
And I did drop the ball here, folks. I definitely should have had The Last Jedi on my list because that is the worst movie I've ever seen in my entire life. I almost walked out of the theater multiple times.
Damn.
The Last Jedi is by far the worst movie I've ever seen. Ruined Star Wars.
Damn.
Yeah, it sucks.
Damn.
The shit that pisses me off the most about that movie is that Luke Skywalker, the guy who saw Darth Vader, the most evil person of all time, and saw the goodness in him and didn't turn his back on Darth Vader, has a bad dream about his best friend and sister's son being evil, so he goes to kill him in his sleep. Like, that would never happen. And just all of the, let's let the little animals show us the way, all the Disney shit.
Yeah. Once Disney get a hold of something, it's downhill.
That movie
Shout out
sucks.
Marvel. Shout out Marvel, man.
Shout out Marvel, yeah.
All right, we got some Darren McCarty questions in here. Ask D-Mac. Steve O'Baby, ask D-Mac. Darren, would you take Neal to a live WWE event? Oh, yeah.
Oh,
we get out all the time.
In a second. Yeah, he's down for that. He's just usually lording up in the suite.
As long as he's got suite tickets, I'm not.
He doesn't like to be.
See, D-Mac likes ringside and all that kind of stuff. I like my own bathroom and own bar. You know what I'm saying?
Getting hit with glass or whatever.
I might have to tag along with y'all, man.
And the Princess Leia scene, that shit. Sorry, I'm just like miraculously surviving the vacuum of space and then just unlocking the Force out of my God,
talk to
dude,
him.
So terrible.
Talk to him.
Drew K. D-Mac, how's Larkin feeling right now watching from the outside?
How would you be feeling?
Exactly.
I gotta think he's not happy.
Francis Garcia, D-Mac, how many wins would Hasek get on this year's Red Wings team?
He would make your team definitely, 7 to 10, probably 6, 7 games.
Yeah, more? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're probably right.
He could still play in this league.
Right now?
No, not right now.
Okay. I was going to say, bring him home.
His style.
Stephen David, D-Mac, you excited for WrestleMania? The Rock is back, and I'm loving every minute of it. Hey, Rock being a heel, it's got me. Dude.
Yeah,
whenever I see a clip, I watch it.
I like Rock the heel better and stuff like this. I still want to see Cody and Roman, but what they're doing is they're bringing eyes to the table, so it's entertaining. That's all you can ever ask.
Art Vandelay, Kat's mom's disappointment list is probably still going. John Clark, D-Mac, how bad does your body hurt on a daily basis? What do you do for the pain?
It's better. I have remedies, topicals, and inside and out. But better than it. It gets better. Take care of it more. But
what's the biggest ailment?
I'd say lower back. And movement stuff like this. So I got to make sure I keep mobile. But no, it used to be shoulder. I mean, I do those pain-free life commercials for JR and stuff, but. Yeah, the golf game's never been better or freer. I've felt as good. Like I skate as much with the alumni and stuff, and
you seem to be in the circuit more.
I feel better. That's the more that I'll do it. I mean, I'll always bitch and moan to stay on brand, but
as we all do.
But I'm actually enjoying it because I don't feel much pain. And then honestly, it's like CBD topical and stuff because it works.
DNC ENT, D-Mac. We're a lot of wrestling in that. You can tell WrestleMania's coming up here. Bloodline rules or bloodline ban? Cody finishes the story. Seth then turns on Cody again for the real top title.
Bloodline rules, man. We need a smorgasbord. But at the end of the day,
throw your ones up, man.
Yeah, I want to see everybody coming in because then you can look to all the Fatus and from who are they gonna WrestleMania they'll bring in whoever. So it'll just be a, as I like to say, schmozzle. It'll be a schmozzle.
Shad216, D-Mac, do you think fans lost the ability of critical thinking when it comes to how a GM jobs entails in trades and free agent acquisition because of 2K and Madden, and Shad because of fantasy football and fantasy sports too?
Gambling and priorities. I mean, I think if you sit back from most people they can understand. It's just that's not what you want. You know what I mean? It goes against how you would do it. So it all plays into it. I think everybody's passionate, for different reasons. Sometimes it's out of stupidity for the wrong reasons.
Then we'll ride off on this one. Let's go Red Wings party. D-Mac, why do you comment on hockey when you never played? Stick to your video games, kid.
That's true.
Oh, you like that tweet? Yeah, exactly. I will. That's why I got to go get that new Hell Diver.
Hell yeah.
Or the old Hell Diver. How about I'll stick to the golf course? I'll be on the tee at 2:30.
I heard
Let's go.
I've never played the first Hell Divers, but I heard it's kind of like StarCraft gameplay.
Hell Diver 2 is more Starship Troopers. Yeah. You had me at Starship Troopers.
It's amazing. It's so much fun. Me and my boys have been delivering democracy.
I was going to go to Carl's right now and get a new pair of golf shoes. I might have to stop at Target and grab the new Hell Divers GameStop. I mean,
here's an interesting one, real quick. GW the Kid, D-Mac, first ever hockey fight. How old were you?
Ooh, that's a good
14, Bantam. So we had the cages on. I'd been messing around because when I was young, when I was that age, I skated with all the older guys in the junior team. So I learned. So, yeah, didn't really stand a chance. I actually did it right in front of my dad. And my parents weren't a proponent or whatever, but, you know, like it says in the Bible, the good Lord says it's better to give than receive. I'm going to be giving out birdies today. Anybody?
All right, here we go, everybody. We'll be back at it tomorrow.
Are we doing a Rest in Peace Thursday because you weren't here Tuesday edition?
Yeah, tomorrow's Thursday?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, let's do a Rest in Peace Tuesday on a Thursday.
Perfect.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's do it, everybody. All right, for D-Mac, for KG, Spencer Raxter, I'm Neal Ruhl. Thanks for tapping in, Big D Energy. Well, see you later.